Welcome to Speed Bump Garage. My name is Kent. We're back on the 60 Starliner. We've got a lot going on in the shop today. I'm going to do my best to get a video knocked out on the Starliner. And Jack is over here working on a school project, so we'll be back and forth helping him. I don't want to show you exactly what he's doing yet because until that contest is over, we don't want to reveal what he's building. We got AJ in here playing with Hot Wheels. And I need to get you guys caught up on the Starliner if I can get my camera off this tripod. What have you been doing today?
Oh, I've been playing with Hot Wheels coloring, and I have a cool coloring paper of one of the cars we have back in the pasture where we got the Ranchero.
Oh yeah, you have to show it to us in a bit. So if you remember, we ended the last video with throwing some new tires on the Starliner, and we had a freeze plug leak.
Yep, and a huge one. We pulled the freeze plugs out, we replaced them, and all the stuff was going everywhere.
Yeah, I knocked all 4 of the freeze plugs on the side of the block out. Made a little bit of a mess, but we've got 4 new freeze plugs in it. And I want to show you, since I made such a big antifreeze mess knocking those freeze plugs out, I spent probably 3 or 4 hours power washing the bottom of this car. Now this car is super clean, almost 100% rust free, and it's a one owner, and I believe that one owner lived on a red dirt road. I don't know if that's showing up down there, but this car is full of red dirt, and the underneath of it was no exception. There was red dirt and mud everywhere. But you can just see, I don't even know how you get that much red dirt in your trunk, but this car is definitely a red dirt car.
You don't even have to look in the inside of it. You just know by...
Yeah, I think that's more just dust. But anyway, let me show you the bottom of this car because I got it completely clean and really impressed with how solid it is. Now my plan for this video is I wanted to detail the outside and the inside of the car and see if we could get that black paint shined up. But it got cold on us again. It's actually snowing a little bit right now. You can see, well, you probably can't see, but there's some little snow flurries. So we're gonna do our best to try to knock a video out in the shop. I think we'll probably put the gas tank in it and see what else we can get into. But look at the underneath of this car. There is no rust at all, and I got it as clean as I could. You can see the fuel tank goes here, nice and solid. Rear rockers are super solid. This one is too. Everything is just pretty much rust free. It doesn't look the greatest. It did have a lot of red dirt and mud on it. But even the inner rockers look awesome. This is really a good car. Oh, another thing I did, if you remember, we had a oil leak on our drain plug. I think I got that fixed. I had to pull the starter to do one of the freeze plugs. You can see one of the new ones right there. Still plenty to do on this car. One of the main reasons I wanted to wash underneath this car is the auction ad for this car said that the overdrive didn't work. Now this is a 3-speed manual with overdrive. And I don't know much about them. It is a typical 3-speed on the column, and then it has a cable operated overdrive. And from my understanding, when you're in 3rd gear on the highway, you push the cable in, I believe, and then at a certain RPM, it'll bump into an overdrive gear. This is a solenoid that helps operate that system. Not completely sure what all it does, but we've got some silicone here on it for some reason. And I don't see any wires going to that. And on this side, covered in what looks like maybe JB weld. This is the governor, I believe. And there's some sort of insulated wire here. I don't know what was supposed to be going to that. Speedo cable here. And then your cable operated lever is up there above your speedometer. And it is still hooked up. When we first got the car running, the cable operated button seems froze up, and I was really hoping that the issue was just the cable. since the power wires aren't hooked up to anything, I don't know if they're supposed to be going to the governor. For sure, there's some supposed to go to that solenoid. I'm thinking we have more of an issue than just the cable. Something we're gonna have to dig into because that is a system I know almost nothing about. Add it to the list of things that need done. Pause for noise. While I was making that clip on the transmission, I did notice 2 wires up there. So I was thinking maybe we found the issue, but they aren't connected to anything here. You can see they're just dangling there, there, and there. So I got to thinking we just got to figure out where those go. And then I went up top, and they don't go anywhere. That's definitely part of the problem. Now, I wonder if these went to the solenoid or the governor. I do think this is a Borg-Warner transmission. There's a lot of information out there, and Ford used this 3-speed overdrive for a lot of years. So hopefully we can find some good info on there, because it would be awesome to have overdrive on this. Jack is really wanting to do some stuff like the Hot Rod Power Tour. And of course he wants to take this turd. I'd much rather take this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Anyway, the 3-speed overdrive, we know the 3-speed works because we drove it. I would love to get that overdrive working. If anybody knows any information, shoot us an email or put it in the comments down below. Point us in the right direction. Now, I guess let's put a fuel tank in.
Oh, there's another box in a box in a box.
A whole bunch of boxes. I haven't looked at this yet. Jack looked at it once, but this should be our new fuel tank and cinder. Our cinder came with a little O-ring too.
I found the important part.
New J-hooks to hang it. As rust-free as this car is, it did have red dirt on top of the fuel tank from the rear tires throwing dirt up on it, and it rusted the top of the fuel tank. The bottom of it was in great shape. New cap.
This gas tank looks amazing.
It does. New tank straps. Ooh, that's a 55. Unit amber headlights. We do not have a 55 Chevy in the pasture.
We have something similar to it.
We got a Cadillac that looks kind of like that.
Yeah, we got a Cadillac.
All black amber lights. Black and gold. That's kind of like the speed bump garage colors. I guess we got to buy one.
Okay, let's pull this out. Here's the original thing.
This isn't the original thing.
This is what we're gonna actually. This is what I'm excited about.
So you see the little recessed area here? This was all full of red dirt, just like mud globs, and this whole area here was rusted out on the old tank. I was going to take it to the radiator shop and just have them clean it up because it didn't smell that bad, but as soon as I dropped it, it was very obvious that it was not repairable. Look where they hid that sucker. That almost went in the trash. That is the locking ring to put that sending unit in.
It didn't almost go in the trash, it almost got smashed.
Yeah, AJ was about to smash this box. We've already hit our first speed bump, if you will. The cinder is not fitting very well in that new tank. And it came with the tank, so you'd think it'd fit perfect. AJ and I are gonna run out to the scrap trailer, pull the original cinder out of the old tank and compare. Maybe we just need to put a little bend in the pickup tube. Seems like the pickup screen is hitting the bottom of the tank really hard.
A lot of that scrap trailer is from old 59. That bed was full of junk.
What do you think, AJ?
Well, here's the engine broken.
That's not the engine, that's an old water hydrant. Yeah, AJ, our very first vehicle on the channel was a 59 Chevy pickup. AJ was, I don't know, that was 3 years ago. He was a little bitty dude. He helped me winch it on the trailer, but the whole bed of it was full of scrap metal.
Whoa! What, Dad?
We almost got it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on.
Ah! I did it!
Good job, bud. You did do it. Pull it down a little bit more.
Up.
Yeah, in a little bit more.
Whoa.
We're on. Good job, bud.
I know, I'm almost ready to be like you.
Yep. Our local scrap place shut down for a few years and we kind of got out of the habit of hauling scrap off, so we've got a pretty good pile that needs to go in. Oh, AJ brought a hammer, but it looks like I already have it loose.
This is what we are talking about.
Yeah, there's the old one. It is no good.
No good.
Let's give you guys a little sneak peek of that one. If you saw our 1 million subscriber, we just got our gold play button. We gave you guys a sneak peek at that one. I cannot wait to get started on that truck. Kind of waiting on Jack. Jack is the one that secured the purchase on that truck that came from a friend of his. So that will be coming soon. Really need to have the Starliner good and streetable before we drag anything else in the shop.
And then I'm sure the next junkyard vehicle after that one might be one of the bugs, because my brother loves my dad's bug and he wants one he can just drive in the field.
Yeah, Jack wants a Volkswagen. He has plenty of projects right now though. Yeah. That little C10, a lot of people were saying that they're surprised he didn't do that when he got the free car for getting it running, but that truck wasn't there. We've only had that truck a few months. It was one of his classmates' great grandpa's, I believe, and it's a one-owner truck. Pretty solid old C10.
What we mean, he has too many projects. He has a Jeep truck from
He has a Jeep truck right there. This was gonna be his. That was his first attempt at getting a car running. You guys that have been around the channel for a while saw him attempt to get that running. He didn't quite get there. One of these days we'll get back on it.
Yeah.
Will you open that door, buddy?
Mm-hmm. It's just too hard on that one.
Hang on, Bub's probably welding. I'll look. Nope, he's not. I don't know where he is. They're pretty dang similar.
Oh, I see a difference. I see a difference. Look, the handle.
I was hoping we'd see a huge angle difference on those, but they're almost identical. It's really just hitting the tank hard right there. I'm afraid I'm gonna break that strainer.
I don't think we should put this one in because the strainer.
We're definitely not putting that one. Just have a look at this thing. The pickup, there's no strainer left on it. I don't know if there ever was a strainer, but look at the level, the float. It won't even move. I'd say the new fuel tank was a good investment. There we go. That's all it needed. Just needed a slight adjustment, AJ.
What?
I just gave it a little bit of a bend and now it likes it. I was gonna use the transmission jack to hang this thing, but I think I'm gonna use the other jack. If I can get him to quit welding for a second. I'm gonna poke the fill hole up, filler up in there. My J hook is not. I think what we're running into is I did power wash under this car really well, but there's still a lot of dirt up in here. And it's not letting the strap sit all the way in there and it keeps popping out, so I'm going to have to get something to try to fish some more of that dirt out of there. I've been saving this screwdriver for years waiting on this moment. Look at that. I bent this probably 10 or 15 years ago to pull an O-ring and I don't think I've used it since. It's going to be the perfect tool. Oh yeah. Ah, right on my sleeve. Is it out there?
There's feathers everywhere.
Oh boy. There's feathers everywhere, Jack. There's feathers here. Yeah, something definitely got a hold of one big time. That's the problem. That TIG welder Jack's using is so loud. We didn't hear a chicken attack. Apparently we had. That's a lot of feathers, and that's like belly feathers.
Yeah, something got him.
Something's definitely. Sorry, dear. Back to work. We typically don't show the chicken stuff on this channel. That's usually over on GrowJack Outdoors. But since that happened while we were already filming here, I'll show you the security footage I just found. That poor defenseless chicken was carried off by a coyote right in our yard. That is scary. That our little dog could have been out there. The rest of the chickens were out there. We're missing 2, and that's awful. I feel so bad for that little chicken. I wish I'd have heard it. Those are vicious animals, and we just lost 2 chickens. So anyway, back to the Starliner. Kind of broke my mood a little bit. We'll try to reel it back in. We got them hanging tight now. It's almost like this tank's not exactly right. If you look where the tank strap divots are, there's your J-hook. There. On each side, it's outside of it. Just can't quite get it in there. Really frustrating. I don't know. Struggling way more than I should be. Figured out what was going on with the tank. I was hanging my J-bolts in the wrong holes. And what do you know? It fits way better if you hang them back here in the holes that they're supposed to be in. Check our fuel door. Oh yeah, we can definitely pump some gas in it there. Glad that's done with. That was a bigger pain than it should have been. Bonehead move on my part. It's been several weeks since I pulled that fuel tank, but nevertheless, we got it in there. That's going to be it for tonight. Some evening this week, we'll flush the fuel line out, probably get the fuel system hooked back up, and maybe take it for a spin.